Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at ridiculous things people dealt with at work. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. A coworker screaming at me for leaving food to rot in the shared fridge. It was my first day there and I hadn't even unpacked my belongings yet. Wow, some people just suck. You don't even know that person and you're going to scream at someone that you don't even know? What a nightmare of a coworker. I would hate to work with someone like that. I work in influencer marketing and we hired an Instagram influencer to work on a yogurt brand campaign. As part of the activation, we also sent a tie-dye kit and branded swag for them to make tie-dye shirts, hats, etc. with their friends or family. One of the influencers pulled the tie-dye ink out of the t-shirt kit and used it to tie-dye her yogurt bowl, took a video of herself eating it, then shared the video with her followers, who ultimately alerted her that you can't eat tie-dye ink. This was, of course, our fault, the agency, for not being more clear that the tie-dye kit was not edible. What the heck did I just read? What is going on with the world these days? Do people not read, or do people not even know? I'm just so confused, man. How do you look at a tie-dye kit and then be like, ooh, I should take some of this dye and put it in my yogurt, must be yummy. Just because they're sent together doesn't mean you're meant to have it together. I work at a library. The amount of people who don't bring their library card with them and then refuse to give me ID so I can look up their account is baffling. I'm just trying to prove they are who they say they are. What in the world? Hey, so do you have your library card? Nope. Can I see your ID please then? Nope. Then you can screw off. I had someone throw a drink at me through the drive-thru window, which is an unwise thing to do to someone standing in front of a shelf of other drinks waiting for the customers behind you. Oh. Did they throw back?
You want to have a water fight, don't you?
I worked in returns at IKEA and had a customer complain that they accidentally ripped the instruction manual in half for the furniture piece they were assembling when they were cutting open the box and couldn't finish assembling it. Just sticker tape it back together. It's just in half, isn't it? I politely informed them that all our instruction manuals were available online in PDF form, but this just made her more mad and she wanted to speak to the manager. Manager gave her a few $5 gift cards just to get her off my back, but I will always find it so funny that this lady thinks accidentally cutting in half an instruction manual, she had both halves too, so she could have just easily put them together to read the instructions, inhibited her from assembling furniture. Right? Oh no, the instruction manual is broken. My life is over. It's like just because she ripped that manual in half, it's like she ripped her brain open too. A coworker routinely didn't flush after doing number 2 in the employee men's room. He just left it there in the toilet for all to see. The guy thought it was hilarious, especially when other employees would call him out on it. That's nasty as, honestly. I just want someone else to prank him back and just put poop on his desk and see how he feels about that. A coworker attempted to prove that you couldn't actually hurt yourself slipping on a banana peel by stepping on one, after which he slipped and hurt himself.
What the heck?
He's never even tried it before, and he decided to do it? To prove what? You can't prove something that you've never tried before. And then he just proved that you can hurt yourself. Like, bro.
You're dumb.
Call center setting. Someone came to me to complain that there was an inordinate amount of pubic hair on the flat top of the urinal in the men's room. Went to check and there was a remarkable amount of pubes there. Nasty. And clearly placed there by someone on purpose. Cleaned them off with a paper towel, washed hands vigorously, and continued on with my day. A couple hours later, I'm told the pubes have returned. Can you imagine working and this is what you have to deal with? Like,
who the F is leaving poops on the toilet seat?
Not quite as much as the first time, but there's still too much for the universe to have deposited there naturally. I and another manager have our suspicions as to the culprit. We try to catch him, but can't get more than circumstantial evidence, not enough to confront. After a third iteration, I've had enough, and so call all the male staff into the boardroom and address them as a group that the disgusting behavior had to stop immediately because there would be grave consequences for whomever was caught doing it. I make sure to make eye contact with the main suspect multiple times during the meeting. It never happens again. Still boggles my mind that I had to deal with that crazy behavior. But you know, call centers. Why would he even do that? So what the heck is he doing? Like cutting his poops or something? And then just placing it neatly on the toilet seat? Like what the heck? Why are you doing that? Worked at a grocery store. Customer's dog takes a poop at the front of the store by the registers. He stands there while I'm cleaning it, and the dog takes a second poop as I'm cleaning the first. As I'm cleaning the second poop, the dog then pooks. As I'm cleaning that, the owner pats the dog on the head saying, "Good boy." He was trespassed after, so at least there's that. What the heck is wrong with that customer? What has he been feeding the dog? Like, I feel bad for the dog. The dog is just pooping everywhere and then vomiting. He obviously ate something bad. Oh, that customer. If I find you. So sad how we can't protect our dogs. Worked in HR for a non-profit that hired people who are legally blind. That was the mission. One day, 2 employees got into a fight. One was partially sighted and the other totally blind, swinging his cane. I had 4 witnesses to the altercation, but they were all totally blind and thus couldn't tell me what happened. What? That's so confusing. What did I just read? Why were they witnesses then? Oh, because they could hear like what was happening. I guess they were witnesses to say what they could hear. Right? Like, he said this, and then he said this, and then I heard him swing his cane. Wow, that's a first. I never thought I would read about 2 blind people fighting each other. Okay, now I feel bad for laughing, but I'm just imagining in my head just 2 people who can't see trying to fight each other. But like, how are they gonna even swing at each other if they can't even see where one is? Yeah, you know what? Never mind. I just received an email from a frustrated woman who reached out to us weeks ago and hasn't heard back. I'm unable to find her name in the system, so I ask my boss, who also can't find her, who asks her boss, who also can't find her. So we go to our manager, and they can't find her either. The lady had changed her first and last name a week ago, had changed her email as well. I ended up having her former name on an attendance sheet from a few weeks ago, but man, is it hard to help people sometimes. Why couldn't the woman just email them what happened? Like, hey guys, I changed my name and this is my new email now. I'm the person who asked about this a few weeks ago. No? The lady really was like, nope, I don't know who you're talking about. Can I get a cheeseburger with no cheese? Yeah, sure, a hamburger. No, that's not what I asked for. Huh? You heard me. What? I said I want a cheeseburger with no cheese. Yes, that's called a hamburger. You're not listening to me. Get me a cheeseburger with no cheese. A cheeseburger with no cheese is called a hamburger. No, it isn't. What do you mean, no, it isn't? I don't want a hamburger. I said I want a cheeseburger with no cheese. Right, okay, here you go. Is that person not listening to how stupid they sound right now? I want a cheeseburger with no cheese. Well, why don't you minus the cheese out of the cheeseburger? It's just going to be a burger. Had a boss who would moo at me anytime I ate something. Wow, rude. I would oink at him, man. Oink, oink. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.